Hey guys, I'm here for the RPG status update number 6 now, and I want to show you a little bit about what I've been working on. Mostly working on upgrading the map a little bit, making it a little more expansive, and yeah, so let me show it to you. First thing to note is just my number of lines I got, 3,283. So, it's getting bigger and bigger every time. Let me just run it for you. Show you what I got going on here. So, same thing. We'll load a game. Let's go to my file, doesn't really matter. And here we go. So, this is the same. One thing I changed was now if you go down, you can see the background and stuff actually changed. Before, it all looked like this, the sun in the middle, two clouds, and all that. But now if you go down, the sun is behind you, so you can see the color palette kind of changes, and the sun goes away because it's behind you, so you can't see it. Let's go back. If I go left, I kind of do the same thing, except the color palette is the same, but the sun is now on my right. And now if I move down, it'll be on my left. And then I can go back left and I'll be going north again, so I'm facing the sun. So I did that. And yeah, so I have a couple different folders where I store these images, and I have a folder for east, west, north, and south, and depending on what direction I'm facing, it draws the image out of those folders. So that's how I do that. I also upgraded my map a little bit. I'll show you that in like 2 seconds once I traverse this one a little bit. And okay, so let's take a look. See. So this screen changed a little bit. This is my map screen, so my view map screen, and I added that option there. I don't know if I had done that in my previous video, but I went ahead and I added the extra option there to view the map, and to do that I had to increase this little white window thing because it was too small. It could only fit 4 options on each side, so I had to increase the size of that. Not too big of a deal. So view map, and the screen's changed a little bit. You can't really make out the compass. There it is. I moved the compass down, I moved this main map over a little bit, and now we've got this extra little map right here at the bottom right. And this extra little map on the bottom right is the global map. So before, this mini map here was the global map. This 7x7 grid global map, that's all there was to the game. But I figured, I'd want a bigger map than that. 7x7, you can traverse that in like 30 seconds. And then you'd be done with the game. That'd be stupid. So, what I have done is I've made separate grids, so like separate little areas of the world. And you can see it on my mini map here. The top one, where I'm currently at, that used to be an end piece, so it had that little fence blocking the way, and you couldn't go any further. But now it's a straight piece, and you can go forward. And what that'll do is actually bring you to a different part of the global map. It'll bring you to a new area. I'll show you that in my code here. This map trail 1, that used to be called map main, and that was my one main map that I had done in my previous video. And it's just this big multi-dimensional array, a 2-dimensional array of tiles. And a tile is just, straight or a right or a straight right or a 4. It's just each defined by each different type of intersection you can come across. And that's how that's how I define my map. And now I've created these new maps, Map Cave 1, Map Cave 2, and, same thing, 2D array full of these tiles. And instead of just having this one map trail, I have multiple ones now. So if I want to add new areas to my global map, I just add these arrays. And then what I've done is I have this other global array, which basically specifies the names of each of these. So map trail 1, map cave 1, map cave 2, each one of those will have a record in this array, and each thing in this map global array, each of these entries, what they show is where or how you get into the other maps. So when you reach an edge, let me go back here. When you reach an edge, in this case, this straight, that would be an edge, because if you go up one more, you would go outside of the array. So when you reach one of these edges, it checks this map global array and sees if there is another area connected to that, which would have to be, because the way my tiles are set up, if it's straight, you can go forward. If you couldn't go forward, it would be an end piece and you wouldn't be able to go forward. I've already had those rules set in place. But because it's a straight, you can go forward. But because you're at the boundary of the array, it knows you're going to go into a new area. And it checks that map global array to see what new area you're going to go into. And then it sets up the location, sets up everything it has to set up. So with this global map down here, same kind of principle as the regular main map. If you haven't reached a location, it's not going to display it for you. It's not going to tell you what it is. And the current one is green. That's green, if you can't tell. Green. And I added these little lines. Those are kind of a golden brown color. And those indicate where you can cross over into the other areas. So you can see this one up top, which is cave area 1, only has one entrance. And this area to the right, cave entrance 2, or cave 2, has 2 entrances. And that's one of the things I kind of had to fiddle with. Originally, I only had one entrance, and my code would only allow for one entrance, so I had to spruce it up a little bit and allow for multiple entrances. So let's take a look at that. So I'm right here. If I go up one more, I'll reach this new area, cave 1, which you don't know about yet. And that'll be that. And we'll take a look at it. So back to the screen, move up 1. Bam! Now I'm in my cave. The background changed colors. This is a temporary placeholder, so it's just a dark, starry night. That's supposed to be a moon. You can see stars in the background. And that is my fantastic paint skills. But yeah, temporary placeholder, I did it just so I could differentiate between areas. And this is a brand new area, so looks the same. The paths look the same right now, but brand new area. If you go to view map now, you see these new pieces. And these pieces are for the cave 1 area. So I don't display my little mini map for the trail 1 because I'm not in trail 1 right now. And that's the main reason I have this global map. Because with this mini map, it's just a local map, and I have no idea where I am in the global space of things. If I had 200 areas, that's a lot, maybe 20 areas, you kind of want to have a general feel for where you are in the overall world. So that's why I added this little global map. And it's pretty basic, and, it's kind of my first shot at it. I might want to make it a little better in the future, but this works for now. So as you can see, now cave 1 showed up because I've actually visited it, and it's green because that's my current location, and trail 1 is red because I've been there, but it's not my current location. So same thing with here. I visited these red spaces, but I'm not currently there, so they're red, and the current area I'm at is green. One little problem, it's not really a problem, but one little thing I might want to fix is that this is still the 7x7 grid. But this area is not a 7x7 area. I'd have to look at the code. Count a little bit. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5, so it's a 5x7 area. I could traverse it really quick to prove it to you. Let's just see what I can do. See, there's one of the end pieces, if you had forgotten what those looked like. Let's left, left, right, and down, right. And as you can see, I'm not running into any enemies. I disabled that code again, so yeah, because it was really annoying. I'm trying to debug my code, and I keep running into enemies, and it's like, just leave me alone. So I had to disable that. Let's see where I am. Oh, I'm at the bottom again. But as you can see, you can't go all the way to the left because there's that end piece right here, and there's no other way to get to this left side of this map. So this whole one on the left side is completely unused, and I think these two, well, how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So probably this one on the far right isn't used either. I've got a diagram of it drawn somewhere, but yeah. So it's not completely used, but no big deal. In the future, I might want to take off these sides that aren't being used, because it might be confusing to the user if they think they can get over there somehow, but they really can't. So, well, whatever. So now if I move left, I'll go back to the Trail 1 main area that you've seen before. So let's do that. Boom, the background changed. So now I'm back in the area. You can go back to your map. And you can see the mini-map has changed. Back to my main area 1, and all my pieces I visited are still there. They haven't disappeared or got reset or anything like that. And you can see Trail 1 goes green and Cave 1 is now red. To show you this one more time, I'll go back down, which will bring me back into the cave area, and you'll see how the map gets updated. Background changed because I'm in a cave now. Go to view map, and you can see main map changed, green, red. That's pretty much it. I'll show you the other area really quick, which is another cave, so it'll have the other background. Change to cave background. I'll move a couple spaces to show you the area. And new area. And cave number 2. The way I define whether it's a cave or a regular place or a forest or a mountain, I added a type to, I think it was my map. Yeah. So with this map global, it is an array of maps, which is a new class I just created, which has a type. And I've defined a regular type, which is my main area, and a cave type. So when I define these map objects in my map array, I put a type on there. So my map trail has a type of all the way to the end, 1. You can see it at the end right there, 1. And all these have 2, which you can see. Where's my finger? 2 and 2 for cave. Got about 13 minutes. What other code can I show you real quick? I can show you how I define this stuff. So my map global, this is north. So there is a north entrance to cave 1. So from map trail, if you go north, you can reach cave 1. Basically is what that says. And don't worry about that. And then this is east, so if I go east, I can reach cave 2 in 2 locations. This is the first location that you can get to cave 2 at, and this is the second location. Nope. Yeah, and this is the second location you can get to cave 2 from the trail 1. From the south, there's no other maps to the south, so just -1. And from the west, there's nothing to the west of trail 1, so -1 again. And the thing repeats for cave 1 and cave 2, more or less. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. I'm gonna have to scroll up a little bit. Lots and lots of functions. What does that do? That's my background. That is drawing some stuff. Drawing my tiles. So that's for my mini map. I guess I can show you that real quick. So draw my mini map. And I first draw my compass, then I draw my lines to separate to create the grid, and press Enter key, and then it draws all the tiles for all the spaces I've visited, and it's green for the current location, red for not the current location. And it draws them all depending on what type of tile it is. So the straight, the right, the straight right, the all. Those are all defined by integer types. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's a ton of code here, and it's ridiculous, and it's probably not 100% efficient or the best way I could have done it. But, you know, lots of fun. These were fun, you know. Going through my map global array to figure out what the current map name was and matching it with the global name, and then figuring out what the type was, and if it's west, where does it need to go? If it's if there's another area beside it, so forth and so on. But I've reached my 15-minute mark. That's pretty dark gone long video when I only wanted it to be a couple minutes, so I apologize for that. But thanks for watching, and not really sure what I'm going to be working on next. I don't really know, but hopefully I'll think of a new feature, because I don't really want to just add in items and tweak the experience system and stuff like that, because that's kind of boring. I want to add some new features, but I guess I'm running low on ideas, so there might not be another video for a little while, but stay tuned, and I'll update you as I make progress. Thanks for watching.